Dure Ahmed did everything she could to hide her face from the camera. She's facing a terrorism peace bond. The reasons why haven't been made public until now.
What do you have to say about your time in Syria?
The Canadian government repatriated Ahmed and her children in April from this detention camp in northeastern Syria.
If you want to charge me with something, then take me to court. I know I didn't do anything wrong.
Now CBC News and the BBC have learned a lot more about Ahmed. That she married a British man in 2010 who went on to become known as one of the most notorious Islamic State militants. Part of a cell nicknamed the Beatles by their hostages because of their British accents.
They were part of a kind of fairly elaborate hostage-taking scheme that kidnapped and tortured and imprisoned Western journalists and aid workers.
Ahmed's husband was El-Shafi El-Sheikh.
I don't believe in democracy.
U.S. prosecutors say he's the highest-ranking ISIS member they've tried. He's now serving multiple life sentences in an American prison, in part for his role in the executions of 4 American hostages: James Foley, Kayla Mueller, Stephen Sotloff, and Peter Kassig.
Certainly, I think she is prepared for charges.
In an exclusive interview this week with this BBC journalist and CBC, Ahmed called traveling to Syria in 2014 a stupid decision and denied any knowledge of her husband's crimes.
I can be charged tomorrow, I could be charged next week, next year. You know what I mean? Everything is still ongoing. And it's not something that, obviously Canada's priority and most countries' priority is public safety. You know, if I was a threat or they found me an imminent threat, I won't be out. You know, I'll be in jail, sitting in jail.
An association representing Yazidis who sought safe haven in Canada after escaping ISIS captivity in Syria say they will be traumatized to learn Ahmed's here.
It is very frightening that someone like that has been welcomed back and repatriated into the country.
This national security expert says more charges are being laid against other repatriated women.
It seems like once they've returned, the RCMP is building their case, potentially in conjunction with interviews of those women now that they're back in Canada, and seeking to prosecute them where they can.
So, Ashley, what's the risk concern here?
Well, Ahmed told CBC and BBC that her marriage ended in 2017, but prosecutors believe that the relationship continued and that during her 8 years in Syria, she was steeped in ISIS ideology and that they have reasonable grounds to believe she could commit terrorism-related offenses here in Canada, including indoctrinating and recruiting others to join ISIS. Ahmed's lawyer said there was no admission of criminal liability today, and the case is back in court later this week. Ian?
Ashley Burke in our Toronto studio.